In this video, we will cover what Google AI Studio is that also allows you to deploy apps, the incredible multimodal capabilities it offers, allowing your apps to understand text, images, and more, and how you can quickly build and deploy your own custom AI app directly from the studio. So, what is Google AI Studio? And actually, most importantly, how is it different from the Gemini app? The Gemini app is really a consumer product. It's designed for everyday users to directly interact with a powerful AI model in a very conversational way. You can chat with it via text, or you can also talk with it because it's multimodal. Google AI Studio, on the other hand, is a developer focused platform. It's a playground for creators and developers and also AI enthusiasts to experiment with and build upon generative AI models. So, with that, let's get into the AI Studio. The first thing that you will notice is there is a big button which is called the Get API key. This is the most common use case where developers will be coming into the AI Studio to generate the key. I'll just demonstrate that for you. So you click on the API key button, you specify if you have any particular projects that you have created in Google Cloud. This is where you have to associate your Gemini Studio to a Google Cloud project. And then you click on the Create API key button. And then within seconds, the API key is created for you. So that is the most common use case that you would see. Now, few things for you to look at. The API key is one important element of it. But when you are in the AI Studio, you have the capability to understand and access all the latest and greatest models from Google. So this is where you have the capability to select the different models. And based on the model selection, you are also going to get a lot of different settings that you can tinker with. Again, these are things that are not available in the Gemini app, but here you're able to easily go ahead and tinker with it. So let's quickly look at the different types of models that are available. The latest and the greatest model from Google right now is Gemini 2.5 Pro, but then there are older models also available. This is the Gemma model, which is their open source model. Think if you want to download and fine tune it and run it in your own on-prem, that is where Gemma could be used. Gemma has a lot of interesting stuff as well, which I'm happy to talk about in a future video. But let's focus on the 2.5 model. This is the most advanced model, which is very, very good from a reasoning perspective. And you can see that the knowledge cutoff for this model is January 2025. The reasoning is built by default in all the 2.5 models. And then you can see the input and output prices. This is the 2.5 Flash. So these are the different models that you can play with. Now, some of the interesting things to note over here, right? So temperature means, you can allow the model to generate more creatively. So there's always a bit of a risk if you want to increase the temperature to a lot. So it's usually will keep it at the default setting. And this is where you can allow the model to have the thinking mode. So if you're selecting the Pro model, you will see that this is already set by default. You are not able to change it because 2.5 Pro comes with the thinking mode. But then cool thing here is you can actually set the thinking budget so that you don't spend a lot of money while letting the model think. And then this is where it gets really interesting, where you have some of the tools that you can play with. So here you have structured outputs. If I click on this, I'm able to provide a very clear structure of how I want the output to come. And I can also have a visual editor. So this is where you can have like a JSON as an example that you can put in here. You can specify that I want it to execute a code. You can also specify that, hey, I'm using this for function calling. And again, this is where, for example, here you're using it to call the weather APIs. The most coolest thing over here is you can easily ground it with Google search because it's a Google's product. So they're making it super easily available. URL context is very interesting. If you're providing a URL, it is able to now fetch information from the web link directly, which is a really cool update, which just recently happened. You can see it's part of what's new. And then there are some advanced settings. For example, there's safety settings. You can set the filters, explicit filters, so that responses will automatically block any of these kind of output. And then you can also adjust the output length and certain other parameters as well. So those are all the interesting settings that are available for you. Now, if we go and look onto the left-hand side, this is where it gets very interesting. There are different modes in which you can interact with the AI Studio. So the first one is the chat mode. And let's get into that. Chat mode is very simple. You can see the examples they are showcasing. These are the different types of prompts that you can give. Where it gets very interesting is you can add your own files. You can record a video. You can have your own camera to take a picture. You can upload a picture, as well as you can directly import YouTube video as well. So if I go to my own YouTube video and ask it to analyze my latest content. So if I click on this particular link, this is my video about the Gemini toolkit. Once I do this, what it is doing is it's basically extracting all the tokens, analyze this video, and give me the key insights of this. Okay, so once I do this, it's going to run. And the cool thing is, because it has access to the transcripts and all of those things from YouTube API, it's able to do that pretty quickly. So if you do not have enough time and you want to get a quick gist of different YouTube videos, you can actually use AI Studio. You can build an app where you can take a YouTube video as an input and the YouTube video kind of provides that, right? So you can clearly see that here the video talks about Google for Startup Gemini Kit. And I definitely talked about seamless deployment, financial backing, continuous learning, and community and expert support. So that's pretty accurate. It's a 7 or 8 minute video and it does a pretty good job, right? So that's like really cool where you can see how it is able to understand video. Now let's look into something really cool, right? So Gemini comes with live interactivity. What that means is you are able to talk, use your webcam to talk, and also share your screen. For instance, here, if I'm pressing this button, hey there.
Well, hello there. How can I help you today?
So I'm making this YouTube video and I'm live. Could you give me a cool example of how you can interact with me?
Sure. How about a sentence like, hello everyone. I'm excited to be here with you live, and I hope you're having a great day.
Okay. So you can see that you can have this interaction and then you can go back. You can also share your webcam. So this is where it'll be able to look at this. And this is my other webcam here, right? So, hey, what do you see here?
I see a person wearing a black shirt and glasses with some blue lighting in the background.
All right, so that is another example. And the last piece, which is the coolest, I believe, is where you have the ability to share your screen. So for instance, I'm going to share my screen, which is where I have all of these different models. Hey, could you tell me, what are the different models that you're seeing on the screen?
Sure. The screen shows various Gemini models available,
including Gemini 2.5 Pro, Gemini 2.5 Flash,
Gemini 2.5 Flash Lite Preview, Gemini 2.5 Flash Native Audio, Gemini 2...
Okay, I think you get the sense. So the idea is if you're sharing your screen, you can specifically ask, hey, I'm stuck on this particular screen. What should I do next? And it will be able to guide you with that, right? So those are the two modes that we have seen. We have seen the chat mode, the stream mode. Now getting into the third mode, which is crazy, which is the Google's Generative Media Kit. So this is where you're able to generate images, you're able to generate speech, you're able to generate music, and you're also able to generate a video. The image model is called Imagine 4. They have the previous models available as well. For instance, these are some of the prompts that they have written where you're able to kind of create this. So I'm not going to create the images for you because you can do that yourself, but sharing that this is the Imagine model, which is for creating images. Now, this is for the speech one where you are able to select, you can also generate multi-speakers. You can generate like a movie script, audio voice assistant. And then these are all the different options that
got a project in mind.
Ready to make some...
Right? So you can let two different speakers talk to each other and, have different voices. And again, you are able to set the temperature and all of those things. So you can clearly kind of control this. And the beauty of this is like all of this is available for you as a developer as well, for you to be able to use it as part of your application, right? So this is the coolest part. Then you have the video creation capability, which is pretty fantastic. If you click on this, create a video with an image, a cute creature with snow leopard like fur is walking in a winter forest. So it's going to do its thing, and it's going to take some time to create a quick 8-second video. So I think it has done the job. So let's look at it. So this is that it has created, which is clearly very cute. Okay. Now, this is where you can generate music, right? So you can actually give it a particular prompt and you can generate the music accordingly. So if you play here, it has already given a default music that has been generated, but you can also change it and ask it to generate something else, right? So those are all the different options that are available within the generative media kit. Now, the last one is the coolest one, which is you can actually generate end-to-end applications. From here, you have a lot of different applications that are already built, but you can actually write something of your own, create a game that allows me to fly a plane using spacebar, and it should allow me to increase the altitude as long as I press the space. The right pressure. What pressure will make the plane go up and in below? I want to track the score. Score is based on number of was able to make sure this infect a plane model. All right. So I'm going to give this and I'm going to run this as a prompt and it's going to work. So I'm going to run this video. All right. Looks like our game is ready. So let's go ahead and reload this and go full screen. Okay, so it's pretty good, but it's very challenging for sure. Now it's going to do the changes. Let's see. And then once you're done with this, right, like this is where you have the simple option of deploying it to the cloud. So let's see what changes it has made, and then we will go and deploy it to the cloud. Awesome. All right. There you go. So now I'm able to play. It has made it less challenging. So it's pretty cool, right? So this is fantastic. Now what I will do is I will search for my project. So this is my project and it is going to verify if everything is there, and then just click on deploy and that's it. So it's able to deploy just with one click of a button because it's already connected to the Google Cloud project where the right kind of services are available and then will be available via public API, which is pretty cool. Head over to the AI Studio, start experimenting and see what amazing things you can create. If you're interested in learning more on this subject, please subscribe to the channel so that you can get notified as I release new videos. Thank you once again for watching. Appreciate it.